All right, y'all. So we recently spoke about Eomm, engagement optimized matchmaking, an algorithm that seems to be incorporated into NBA 2K that manipulates the whole gameplay in order to retain player engagement or increase player engagement. This same algorithm also monitors your spending. There was a case study done by UCLA that found out that engagement optimized matchmaking does in fact work way better than just skill-based matchmaking. This case study that I'm referencing by UCLA was created with the help from EA. They studied roughly 37 million matches from 1.5 million players. The findings at the end of this case study proved that engagement optimized matchmaking does work in the best interest of the company and does in fact increase player engagement, leading to more in-game purchases by players. In today's video, we're going to review engagement optimized matchmaking, but we're going to show you guys how to beat the system. And if you fully understand the system, work around it. We finna get into all the details. If any of you guys are new here, consider dropping a like and a sub. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's get to the video. What's good, y'all? I'm AllCity as always. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Now, in order to beat the system or be able to work around the system, we have to have a good understanding of how Eomm, engagement optimized matchmaking, actually works. It's basically a system that's put in place that monitors your player data. It manipulates gameplay and matchmaking to encourage you guys to continue playing and also encourage in-game purchases. I would like to reference this first snippet. It says engagement optimized matchmaking, Eomm, is a matchmaking system designed to prioritize player retention and engagement over purely skill-based matchmaking. It works by analyzing player data to predict how long a player will continue playing, and then manipulates the matchmaking process to maximize player playtime and potentially encourage in-game purchases. Let me help you guys understand what's going on here. 2K wants to retain you on the game. This part reason as to why some of their main events are done on holidays. Basically, anytime 2K thinks you're gonna be away, they'll incentivize you to stay home and get on the game, maybe offering you guys like double XP type events. You guys best believe all of this data is monitored, and the data that they've received from you guys is what helps make Eomm, engagement optimized matchmaking, that much more successful. Now, we know Eomm is primarily based in the matchmaking system, but accompany that with DDS, dynamic difficulty sliders, and you'll begin to understand why NBA 2K is such an addictive game for most sports gamers in the 2K community. It just so happens that in NBA 2K25, such a different gaming experience for most 2K players, NBA 2K turned up Eomm to like the highest level. It's made it obvious to 2K players. If you know nothing else about the game, you know something fishy is going on when you play it. But I want you guys to understand that 2K has the power to like minimize the effects of Eomm or increase the effects of Eomm. This is why engagement optimized matchmaking is in a lot of games, but it's not nearly as noticeable as it is in NBA 2K25. Imagine NBA 2K had a dial from 1 to 10. They just turned it all the way up. So whether it's to increase player retention, increase player engagement, keep you guys on the game longer, or the attention of Eomm by NBA 2K is made to increase player spending, each component of engagement optimized matchmaking can be upgraded independently. I want to reference this post from the case study done by UCLA. It says the optimization objective can be tuned for various interests, in-game time, or even spending. They go on to describe the 3 components of engagement optimized matchmaking, and they say all can be officially implemented and independently upgraded. Personally, I don't feel like it's engagement optimized matchmaking alone. I think there's something that goes on with the sliders, which is why I had to introduce DDS, dynamic difficulty sliders, or some people reference it as DDAB, dynamic difficulty adjustment balancing. Regardless of whatever term you want to use, while you're in game, outside of matchmaking, Eomm already was in place to match you up against a particular type of opponent. But after we get match up, we then go into a game that has dynamic difficulty sliders. Now, the basic premise from 2K introducing these type of algorithms to the game is to keep us on the game and to continue increasing the amount of money we spend on the game. And in case you guys don't know, 2K is completely monitoring each player's data. From one aspect, I could understand it in regards to like helping 2K make a better game. But I believe we all know that's not where 2K's best interests lie. They're not gathering our data to make a better game. It's been proven on new gen consoles. From 21 to 25, none of them compare to NBA 2K20 and games before then. At least that's my opinion. You guys sound off in the comment section below what you think about these newer versions of 2K. Now, remember I mentioned to you guys that 2K has the ability to independently upgrade, increase, or decrease the effectiveness of Eomm. This next snippet is what led me to believe that 2K has Eomm all the way turned up, aggressively chasing player retention and aggressively chasing in-game purchases from players. It's clear as day obvious that even on the load up screen, you have to get by 2 purchase menus. I want to reference this post yet again that I referenced in the last video. It says manipulated matchmaking based on predicted churn risk. Now, churn risk means when you guys disengage with the game, when you log off. It goes on to say the system manipulates matchmaking to create scenarios that are likely to keep players engaged. And this could involve some of these bullet points, some of these key factors, introducing easy victories. Players who are at risk of disengaging might be paired with weaker opponents, leading to an easy win that encourages them to continue playing. Keep that bullet point in mind because we're going to go over that when we're talking about how to work around or beat the system. Another way in which 2K tries to increase player engagement and keep you guys on the game is by providing rewards. Players who are likely to continue playing might be rewarded with in-game content or subtle advantages. Cap breakers, further incentivizing them to stay engaged. And the last bullet point says creating an artificial challenge. The system might temporarily introduce a streak of challenging matches to make a player feel like they've earned an easy win later on. Now you're gonna sit here and tell me you guys haven't experienced each one of these bullet points at the ultimate level on NBA 2K25. It's mainly why I feel engagement optimized matchmaking is so aggressive on this version of 2K. Accompanied by in-game dynamic difficulty sliders, forget about it. You never know what's finna happen out there. Now we could all very easily just dive down a rabbit hole and digging deep into engagement optimized matchmaking and how it manipulates our gameplay while we're out there, manipulating the whole psychology behind us even getting on the game. But I like to keep things simple, and keeping it simple will help us understand how to work around this stuff. Basically, 2K wants you to stay on the game, and they monitor when you're logging off, when you're at risk of disengaging from the game. Through skill-based matchmaking alone, they learned that players will log off on a W or a L. The scores weren't close enough, so if you got a significant W, you might log off because you're satisfied, and if you received a significant L, you guys got spanked by 20 or 30 points, you might log off because you're frustrated or overwhelmed. This is mainly why you see a lot of scores on NBA 2K25 that are way closer than they should be, even if your opponent shouldn't even be on the same core or stratosphere as you. 2K somehow manages through dynamic difficulty sliders to keep these games close. The study from UCLA found out that when games are closer, players are more likely to continue playing. This is whether you get the win or you get the L. A lot of us 2K players recognize this as RNG or the slingshot effect that Ronnie 2K made popular. And it's probably the inter-office terminology that the devs use amongst each other. The key points here is that our gameplay is being heavily manipulated by 2K to persuade us to stay on longer. And what I'm saying here is we need to flip this stuff on its head, start recognizing that 2K is monitoring our gameplay and monitoring when we get on and when we log off, how long we stay on, and which in-game purchases we're making. When each of us start recognizing this stuff, then we could begin to manipulate the whole system. The system that's currently on overdrive trying to manipulate us. And to help us all understand how to break this cycle and beat this system, I would like to reference this post. It says, here's how you can attempt to influence Eomm's behavior. Number one, you have to understand Eomm's principles. Engagement optimized matchmaking aims to maximize player engagement by potentially influencing win/loss outcomes. And the second bullet point, the last bullet point on here says, it may consider factors like player retention, microtransaction spending, and how players respond to different match types. Keep that stuff in mind. How you respond to a particular matchup. Did you get spanked that game? Will you continue playing after you just got spanked by 20 or 30 points? This next snippet says, while you can't directly control engagement optimized matchmaking, you can try to mitigate its effects by understanding how it works and adjusting your gameplay accordingly. Eomm in some games is designed to keep players engaged by adjusting matchmaking to potentially create more exciting, albeit sometimes frustrating experiences. Do you continue playing when you're excited and you're winning games out there? Do you continue playing when you're frustrated and losing games out there? All of this info and player data is being individually retained by 2K in an effort to manipulate your personalized gameplay experience on NBA 2K25. And lastly, we'll talk about how you guys can adjust your gameplay so that you can manipulate the whole EOMM system. There's 4 things that you can consider, and the first says don't get stuck on long losing streaks. If you start losing, quit the game or take a break to signal to the algorithm that you're not going to keep playing while losing, because the algorithm mainly monitors when you guys consider disengaging. The whole reasoning behind EOMM is to keep you guys engaged, so 2K is really interested on when you guys disengage and all of the factors that led to you guys disengaging or logging off from 2K. The second point it references take breaks after high peaks. If you're on a winning streak, take a break to prevent the system from perceiving you as a consistent winner and potentially shifting the matchmaking to make things that much harder. Are you guys hearing this stuff? It's so crazy because we be out there banging our head against the wall. Little did we know that 2K is just in the background like a puppet master laughing at us. Neither here nor there. On to the next one. It says play new content or experiment. Trying out new game modes or features can sometimes reset or adjust the matchmaking system. And lastly, it says consider disabling crossplay. In some cases, disabling crossplay can limit the player pool and potentially influence matchmaking. Lastly, these are some important considerations. It says EOMM is a complex system, and the methods described here are not guaranteed to absolutely work. Some developers may deny the existence of EOMM, which I'm sure 2K will most certainly deny, while other developers, they've acknowledged its use. The effectiveness of these strategies can vary depending on the specific games and its matchmaking system. Man, I tell you, this is just like way too much stuff to take in for a video game. You know, in yesterday's video, I mentioned how games used to have this wholesome quality. It's part reason as to why gamers even became gamers and started playing video games, is to escape this level of hustle, this level of manipulation that we experience in real world. The reason why I find this so important to express to you guys is because I feel like 2K25 is a little bit out of hand. We know EOMM, engagement optimized matchmaking, has been taking place in video games for quite a while now, but 2K in their shisty, greedy ways have just done it, and they've taken it to a whole new level. It's kind of disrespectful now, especially for someone like myself that has been playing the game since the very first 2K release on Dreamcast. I've logged thousands upon thousands of hours playing NBA 2K, so I could very easily see the differences in gameplay and see how they're using gameplay to manipulate players into spending more money on this game as if they're not bringing in enough, all the while peeling back the wholesome qualities of what video games once were. One thing I always loved about video games is that I never had to trust or distrust the video game. A video game was just what it was. A video game was whatever I chose to make it. Now video game companies like 2K are attempting to manipulate what I'm actually perceiving and what I'm actually experiencing when I get on the game. I want to be the one that makes that choice. Me, the player. I want to make the decision of what 2K means to me. I don't need anybody out there trying to influence or persuade me. Neither here nor there. You guys let me know your thoughts. Sound off in the comment section below. If you're new here, consider dropping a like and a sub on your way out, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all. If you guys are tired of running with randoms and you're looking for players to run with on NBA 2K, come on out and join the AllCity 2K Discord. The link will be in the description below. Find players and get runs now. Drop a like and drop a sub on your way out. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.